Do you ever have the feeling that everything is actually very simple and straightforward until you insert a human into the algorithm? And I don't mean in a hateful way. I don't mean in a self-admonishing way or a critical way, but just in a new way of conceiving of the things that we call challenges. The reason I say this is because the key to reordering my thinking and healing my nervous system has been taking myself out of the equation, every equation, and looking at things as objectively as I possibly could, make sense of them, and then trying to make right what I could and learn absolutely everything that I could from my mistakes, my so-called mistakes, from my errors in judgment to figure out, okay, now what the hell was I thinking? And, the thing is that it really makes a lot of sense from an analytical point of view. I think we've all had that experience where something makes all kinds of sense to us, but our emotions make us stupid. And so the more personal it is, the less likely we are to be rational. And so, in fact, it can be literally impossible to be rational about something that you're highly emotionally charged about. And so the problem is that that's how we've stumbled along messing up our lives, is living in this reality without this awareness. And this frustrates me to no end, because not only do I set these traps and fall in these traps for myself all the time, but I see everyone around me and people that I love very much, and then people that I don't know but love, like you, struggling with things that I know there are solutions to. Not that I necessarily know what they are, but I know that there is a solution. I just know. And so, knowing that there's a solution, being as positive as you are, that you are a walking, talking human being with opposable thumbs, that's how sure I am that there's a solution to every problem, is painful when you see so many people that are locked in lives of misery and doing a lot of damage, I might say, because you don't do damage when you're happy and thrilled. You don't hurt anybody else when you're thrilled to be alive. And so, because it almost falls off your radar. It becomes something that you couldn't conceive of, because all you want is for everyone to be happy and thrilled, because then we can all be happy and thrilled together. That's just all there is to it. If you don't feel that way, you're not happy and thrilled. And the first time that the scales fall off your eyes and you realize that there's no difference between you and me, none whatsoever, you can't ever unsee that truth. You'll never unsee it. And once you've seen it, then other people's pain is painful to you, because they're the same body as you. I know that sounds kind of strange and woo-woo, but to me it's not. Look, there's a bunny. You see the bunny? My dog saw the bunny. Bunny said, "I'm out." Anyway, it's a shift. It's actually it's a slight shift, I think. I don't know. I shouldn't say that. I was psychotic when I had it. I mean, I was like literally at the breaking point of, I was at that point where I was ready to say, yeah, no, I'm good. My kids are just going to have to figure it out, because I'm out, Because even as much as I wanted to set them up for the best possible life, at a certain point, too much pain is too much pain. And so I was at that point, and I think because I am an intentionally loving person. I mean, I always have been, even when I've been fucking up. I'm a loving person. I have a huge heart. I think for that reason, I was able to see the alternative, which was that feeling like I'd lost everyone I've ever loved, I could shift my reality just slightly and see that actually there are billions of people who need love, who want love, and who I can love, and who will love me, and who will, and I just mean that by, I don't even mean actively, like I don't need anything from anybody, but just the fact that there are so many people in the world who are loving, and that there are people in the world who need to believe that love exists, kind of wipes my slate clean, because it's all good. I mean, I had all that experience loving, and so that was beautiful and profound. And now I see all these people who could use a little love or have some love to give. And I think it's not a zero-sum game. I mean, there's lots of love and lots of need for love. So why am I whining about the people who I wasn't vibing with or whatever, you know? So that's a whole big topic. But the point is just that it was a shift in focus. It was a shift in my thinking that allowed me to stop feeling sorry for myself, quite frankly. And that's huge. Absolutely monumental. I mean, I think that's the biggest, I'm pretty sure that's the biggest shift I've ever made in my life, which was to just get out of my own way and see the problem, or for the challenge that it was, and for the learning opportunity that it was. And when I started seeing the world that way, I started finding solutions where they had been lying the whole time. And part of the reason why I'm doing this video this way is because I think that this nature walk is much more interesting than my face while I'm talking, but also because I think that I have so much that I need to say that's difficult to say, and I know that I have to say it because it's important and it saved me from myself. And so I'm trying to take myself out of the equation again, you know? So that's my full circle moment for the day. Is this is me taking myself out of the way of communicating some ideas that are not mine alone. They're universal wisdom that we've forgotten. And when I applied those things to my life, those truths to my life, to my thinking and my way of being, everything changed for me. Although nothing changed in my physical atmosphere, my physical world. Everything changed for me. And my life became first manageable, then pleasant, and then abundantly peaceful and joyful. Which seems crazy because nobody around me's changed. But it's true. I see possibility everywhere now, and that's all it takes to no longer feel hopeless or helpless. And that the shift that allowed for that was not feeling sorry for myself and taking responsibility for all that crap, and for all the good too, but for the crap. And so by doing that, I could extract the lessons. And when I extracted the lessons, it helped me to not make the same mistakes. And the more I started to apply that to my life, the more I started to like myself and trust myself. And that's it. That's the tipping point. That's the jumping off point to a better life. And it's really that simple. And it's been said thousands of times by thousands of people, way smarter than I am. And it hasn't made the impact that I'm hoping to make. So I don't even know what I'm doing, but I'm just doing it because I don't know what else to do. I walk my dog every day, and all I think about the entire time is, what are we going to do when we destroy our world? Because that's what we're doing. What are we going to collapse into? Are we going to rise from that and be amazing pioneers of a new way of life? Or are we going to be done, wiped off the planet because we don't deserve it, because we've destroyed it? Those are our choices. You know, if you don't see that, then you might want to do some research, because that's where we are. And as a mother and also as a human being, I can't just pretend that I didn't see that. So my mind goes like a little squirrel on a wheel all day long, trying to figure out how the fuck we're going to get to a better place. And every time I try to put the words in the right order to communicate what I know to be true based on my own experience, I get in my own way. I don't know why, but that's not the point. The point is I do. And I have to stop that because I know that these principles applied to a life make the life more worth living, increasingly so, until it becomes a joyous experience. And once it becomes a joyous experience, then nothing can hold you back, nobody can hurt you, and you can't fail. And that's what I want for you, and I'm going to figure out a way to communicate it, even if I have to make 27 videos that are more ridiculous in technological farces as the one that preceded them. I don't care. I'm going to keep saying this until I say it the right way, because we're going to get there together or we're going to fail together, and I'm not willing to accept the failure. So that's all for today. I love you.